Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us for our Higher Education at Home webinar for the School of the Natural and Built Environment. So we will cover a number of slides, folks, and give you some information in relation to studying at Southwest College and also the courses available through our school. And we'll have a number of speakers, and we've got quite a number of staff online with us here. So again, as we go through the presentation, etc., any questions that you might actually have, please feel free, and we'll show you how to ask those in a second. So in terms of the presenters, my name's Stephen Moss. I'm the Head of School for the Natural and Built Environment and Course Director for the BSc Honours Construction Engineering and Management degree. And we will also have Danielle McKelvey, who's the Deputy Head of School for the Natural Built Environment and the Course Director for our Foundation degree in Civil Engineering. Vanessa O'Keefe, Deputy Head of School for Creative Arts, but the Course Director for our Foundation degree and our BEng Honours Top-Up with the Building Services and Sustainable Energy course. And Ashley McKellen will also be here, and she's the Course Director for the Foundation degree in Construction Engineering with Surveying. And we've got William Young with us as well, our Industrial Liaison Officer, who will give us some insight in terms of our industry connections, etc., for the actual school. So moving on, should you wish to submit a wee question, you will see a small symbol with a question mark on it, which is on the Q&A for you in terms of submitting a question to the panel. And if you look for that small icon up in the top right corner of your screen, and you click on that, and you can just type in a question. And as I say, everybody's there and waiting on those questions, and we will endeavour to answer them as appropriate as we go through. Now, your question will be private initially, and if we feel it's a question that relates to everyone, then we will publish that in terms of the question and the answer so as that everybody can actually see the information. So moving on. So look, there's a number of slides that we want to cover here to give you, just some of the highlights as to why you should choose to study at Southwest College. Obviously, one of the main focuses that we have for you is that it's actually cheaper for you to study here with us in terms of your HE programs, and the tuition fees are definitely less than the universities. You leave with less debt, you study near to home, means that living costs and accommodation costs are definitely either minimised or removed completely. We have smaller class sizes, folks, than universities, and that allows us to give you far more individual attention and one-to-one support as you need it and where you need it. We have a wide range of bursaries and scholarships and opportunities for higher education students with ourselves. That's with quite a number of local companies, etc., and regional and international companies who feel it worthwhile to actually sort of support the college in offering those bursaries to students of ours. And should you join, we would give you all the information on how to apply for those bursaries and scholarships, and we've got quite a number. Also, like if you achieve your foundation degree in 2 years with ourselves, and we'll come to the courses and the opportunities for progression beyond that as we go along. But you have the opportunity in a number of areas to be able to actually sort of top up that foundation degree then into an honours degree level. And that in full-time study mode is only 1 year. So obviously it's a lot quicker, but we'll talk about those as we go on a bit further. So, there's even more great reasons to study at Southwest College, folks. There's absolutely outstanding, excellent support and guidance from our student support services in a whole host of areas, from careers, finance, academic mentoring, health and well-being, and many, many more. And there's a fantastic team on every campus that are there to support and help you as a student when you join Southwest College. So you can also choose from a broad range of qualifications across a wide range of subject areas. We're going to concentrate on the natural and built environment this evening, and hopefully you will see and get information on a particular course that you may be interested in. So you will also get access to state-of-the-art facilities and equipment that you would find in industry. We have invested heavily within our school in the last number of years. We've spent quite a sum of money on everything from CAD labs to materials testing labs, right through to our state-of-the-art CREST centre based at our Enniskillen campus. And all of that equipment, software, etc., is open and available to all our HE students that join the school. You'll be taught by industry qualified lecturers, folks, and again, we have a wee slide later on that that covers all of those points as well. But all our lecturers are definitely qualified to high standards and industry experienced to the extreme. So again, there's a wide range of placement opportunities with our regional employers, and we have a massive connection, and we have a fantastic industrial advisory board that sits twice a year with us. And maybe I could invite William Young, our industrial liaison officer, maybe just give us a wee bit of a talk there on just how our industrial advisory board works and our connection with our employers. William?
Stephen, Industrial Advisory Board is made up of representation right across the sector, both private and public. We're proud to boast membership from some of the largest construction companies in the island of Ireland, professional bodies, and as well we have representation from our smaller local companies, which we think is very, very important because of our rural location, that we maintain strong links with them. Our Industrial Advisory Board, as you said, is quite successful. We get good attendance, good input, good discussion on matters that are relevant to the sector and relevant to construction. And in fact, our Industrial Advisory Board continues to grow with new members joining on a regular basis, and it gives us that springboard to give opportunities not alone for placement for full-time students, but also the opportunity for employment through the higher level apprentice program, which is now very, very popular in our sector.
Thank you, William. As I said, folks, anybody listening, if you have a question at any point, please submit it there, and someone will certainly get back to you on it. So continuing on, you have sporting and community interests that are also close by. So in other words, if you're involved with a local club, be that soccer, Gaelic, etc., then the scenario of studying close to home allows you to continue those interests and to keep those close friends, etc., and family, within range for yourselves, rather than having to move away, particularly maybe into mainland UK. So there's so many positives for staying and studying close to home. So you've also the opportunity within your class groups, etc., to make new networks and new connections, and those friendships and those connections last a long time, folks. And I can speak from experience, as can all the staff, that anybody that you've studied with, you will find time and time again that you come in close contact with them down through the years in the different sort of professional roles that they all move into, and those connections last forever. Undertaking international and regional work placement, there are opportunities, folks. Now, I'm sure you're aware of our current circumstances through COVID-19, etc., and some of that travel is just maybe not as readily, those opportunities are just not available at the moment. But should those things relax, we do have opportunities for students to go international, and we have had students actually sort of attend summer camps, etc., even as far away as Russia, and students visit China, etc. And those opportunities will be coming again, hopefully sooner rather than later. So as I say, by joining Southwest College, there are many, many opportunities for you, both in your education and also in the cultural experiences. Learn high quality technical skills in your subject area, and some of the softer skills as well, like teamwork, leadership, and self-reliance. Again, those, when we talk about softer skills, are becoming something that are a real prominent issue for our employers, and it's raised at our Industrial Advisory Board that William spoke of there many times, that those are the skills that they definitely want our students to come through with, and we definitely build them in to our programs to ensure that whenever you actually leave, be it foundation degree or with the degree, that you're equipped with not just the technical skills, but all of the skills that your employers are looking for. So looking at student life at Southwest College, and again, you're not forced into these, but these opportunities are there for you to get involved in clubs and societies. We have, gaming, we have esports, we have, your LGBTQ, we have Christian sort of communities and societies. We have sports academy teams, including Gaelic, soccer, futsal, and many more, folks. So there are all kinds of opportunities. We have 2 All-Ireland winning teams this year. The men's Gaelic team won the HE Championship final, while men's soccer team won the Rustler Division 3 title. So, you know, we're not just playing about with it. You get a chance to enter competition and to become part of that team and hopefully become a winning team. Counselling, we also offer a free confidential counselling service to every student, folks, through what is known as a company called Inspire. It's fully confidential. They do not feed back to anybody in the college, staff or student, and therefore, you know, whenever if you did need to use that service, that it's solely and totally for you. So access to Inspire is through, and there's all kinds of digital support hubs. You can speak to them on a telephone basis, or you can speak to them face to face. Everything can be arranged there. So every possible support mechanism that's required for our students is put in place. So in terms of pastoral and financial support, like any HE student at any university in the UK, folks, you have full access to student finance, and that is through Student Finance NI. So you will apply directly to them. Loans and for tuition fees and maintenance loans, etc., and also grants depending on your circumstances financially are all available. So there is no detriment in studying with ourselves in relation to be able to apply for all of those. There are South West College bursaries, as I mentioned, there are scholarships, and there's also a hardship fund that should you find yourself get into difficulty financially that you can apply to. And as I mentioned earlier, our student support services are excellent at advising you and helping you through any of those applications in relation to sort of trying to secure any of that financial support. So again, further information can be found directly on the web link there to Student Finance NI, folks. And if you go in there, it'll tell you exactly how to apply, what the main sources of finance are, what the processes are, and what repayments and how you make those and when those start. All of that information is there. But should you have any further questions, then you can come back through the team here, or you can go direct to our student services support people, and they will certainly answer any questions that you might have. Okay, so moving on to the courses, folks, which is maybe something that most of you have actually sort of tuned in for, but we like to sort of point out all the highlights of studying at South West College first. So in terms of the courses, we're going to break these into a number of areas. One is construction, engineering and management. The other is going to be civil engineering and transport, and then we have our building services and energy section. And I'm going to sort of cover these few courses, and then Danielle's going to speak on the civil engineering, and Vanessa is going to give you some information on the building services. So first and foremost at HE for ourselves, our main programme is our Ulster University Foundation degree in construction engineering with surveying. And that's offered in all 3 campuses, Dungannon, Enniskillen and Omagh. We offer it on a full-time, a part-time basis, and also there is the higher level apprenticeship or HLA option there as well. Full-time, that is a 2-year course. It's run a normal sort of HE semester, so 2 12-week taught semesters with sort of assessment and exam periods at the end. In terms of part-time and through the HLA route, it's a 2-year fast track, we call it, or a 2-year 3-semester mode. So in other words, there's actually a summer semester to each of those 2 years, but it's still completed in a 2-year time frame at this moment in time. And therefore, like it's an absolutely fantastic option for anybody who wants to study on a part-time basis. Now, a bit of a highlight, and I'm going to say it here, but I'm going to give it a caveat that I believe this to be 100% correct, and I tried to get full confirmation of that, and I believe I did, is that if you're looking to do the part-time mode going forward, there is a fund called Skills Focus that the Department for Economy actually sort of supports through the colleges. And at the moment, you might be able to actually sort of study on a part-time basis, fully funded through that Skills Focus, depending on circumstance and depending on employment status. But that would be something we could talk about should anybody be interested in going through that route. Should you then come on, or if you've already studied at level 5, be it foundation degree, HND, etc., there is the opportunity to progress through, folks, and to top up through your Open University BSc Honours degree in Construction Engineering and Management at South West College. So that's a course that's relatively new. It's offered in the Enniskillen and Omagh campuses currently, but we do hope to extend it going forward into Dungannon. It's a 1-year full-time program or a 2 years part-time program. So really, when you look at that, folks, you will see that with the Ulster University foundation degree, should that be where you step on it at this point, and you do it either full-time or part-time, and you come through onto the Open University top-up and do that then on a full-time basis, you would actually have an honours degree qualification in construction engineering and management in 3 years. If you come through the part-time HLA route and you come on to the part-time route onto then the top-up, then it's only a 4-year program part-time, folks. And you know, that is, to be quite honest with you, as far as I'm aware, the only opportunity to do that level of course in construction in Northern Ireland in that time frame. So 3 years full-time or 4 years part-time. And that, like, should you have completed your foundation degree maybe 2-3 years ago, then that opportunity is still there. It's not a seamless progression. You could have stepped out for a period of time, went into full-time work, and now want to come back in either full-time or part-time in to do that top-up degree. And again, any questions or any issues or anything that you want to know, any further information, please either stick in a wee question there and we'll answer it today, or should you wish to follow up later on and email myself or any of the team, then we'll be quite happy to come back to you on any questions or any information you require. So we can move on.
Okay, Stephen, so if I just give a wee bit of information maybe about the civil engineering and transport courses that we offer at Southwest College. Our foundation degree in civil engineering now has been running in the Omagh campus for the last 10 years and running very successfully. We currently have about 60 students enrolled in the programme, and they travel from all corners of Northern Ireland. The course is offered on a full-time basis and on a part-time basis, and many of our part-time students are on the higher level apprenticeship route, which is very popular with civil engineering employers across Northern Ireland. The course is professionally accredited by the Joint Board of Moderators, and that's something that's really, really important for our employers, because it means that as students progress through their career and wish to obtain their professional qualifications, this course is recognised by the professional bodies, by the Institution of Civil Engineers and Structural Engineers, as being adequate for to obtain their chartership later on. So that's something that's really important. Progression routes from the programme. So our students can progress to complete their honours degree in civil engineering at our 2 local universities or at any university in England. But we also offer progression to the Open University top-up honours degree in construction engineering as well. So just as Stephen was talking about there, it is possible to achieve an honours degree in 3 years full-time at Southwest College. To add to our suite of programmes this coming year, we hope to be able to offer both a foundation degree and a top-up honours degree in transport and supply chain management. Now that is currently going through the validation process with Open University, but we are very optimistic that that will be on offer for September. And again, that will be offered in our Dungannon campus. And it means that potentially it will be possible to achieve a degree in transport, an honours degree in transport, in 3 years. So if I hand over maybe now to Vanessa to talk about building services.
Thank you, Danielle. My name is Vanessa O'Keefe and I'm the course director for the foundation degree in building services, along with the Eng in building services with sustainable energy. So at the moment we offer the foundation degree, which is the level 4 and 5 programme, and it's the equivalent of the first 2 years of an honours degree. We offer it in Dungannon and in Enniskillen campus on a full-time, part-time and an HLA option. So for those students wanting, maybe have just left school and wanting to study full-time, that's usually over a range of 3.5 days per week. And for those that maybe are already working in the industry, there is a part-time option and a higher level apprentice option as well, which is a great opportunity to study and progress your academic profile and maybe gain promotion within your work. So that is usually you're released from your work 1 day per week, and you would be released for 1 day per week to come into the college to study, and that's over 2 years. And the part-time and the higher level apprentice is over 3 semesters per year. We also offer from September the Open University BEng Honours degree in Building Services with Sustainable Energy. And as Stephen has already discussed, this is a top-up option for those that have already studied a level 4 and 5 programme. So effectively, you can actually have your full honours degree within 3 years full-time. And if you were to do the top-up part-time, that would be an extra year. So it's a great opportunity to be able to offer those students that are trying to study both part-time and full-time locally, instead of perhaps having to travel to universities further afield. Again, the BEng Honours is delivered in Dungannon and possibly in Enniskillen in September, and I've already said then about the duration. So for the full-time students, it's a perfect opportunity to work within a new industry, maybe in the mechanical and electrical industries, within a contracting capacity or within a design consultancy. There's also opportunity to work in any of the energy sectors across the built environment sectors. So there's lots of opportunity, and our full-time students in the past have completed a work-based learning module within the foundation degree, and this has provided them huge opportunity to seek employment. And then often when the student leaves the full-time course, they have actually been able to secure a full-time job. So that is a massive opportunity for full-time students. For those then who are already working in the industry, they can study the course part-time. And again, I've mentioned this is an opportunity to develop their academic profile and can continue their studies right through to the level 6 honours degree programme. We're the only FE college at the moment offering these specific courses in building services, and we've attracted students from all over Northern Ireland. This is a growing sector at the moment, and it's in a wide range of areas. Therefore, there's many job opportunities and a great career path to pursue. I think I have covered everything there, but if you are interested, please don't hesitate to contact me through email, or you can apply online, and then I can contact yourselves in the next few weeks. Or if you have any questions, you can put them down the right-hand side there in the question and answer section.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Vanessa. So moving on. Again, there are a number of other higher education courses, folks, that we offer outside of our foundation degree and degree suite, and those are our 3D CAD, BIM, sort of Revit courses, and we've also got the Passive House Designer and Passive House Tradesperson courses. Obviously, they're nearly to some extent self-explanatory if you're interested in those courses, in that they are the recognised sort of courses, particularly the Passive House, and we are the only college in Northern Ireland currently, and possibly Ireland, who are accredited by the Passive House Institute to offer those courses and to actually get people accredited in those areas. So again, if you're interested in those and you have any questions or queries, or you're looking for information, maybe when courses might be running, etc., because they're not long-term sort of courses, they're only maybe for a number of days, depending on which of that you're going for. We will certainly give you any information that you require when those start, when they're offered, when the exam dates, etc., are, and what maybe the costs, etc. are. Again, for the likes of the Passive House Designer, Passive House Trades, and also for those NOCN Level 4 BIM courses, if you're currently employed or even furloughed, then through that skills focus funding that I mentioned earlier, we may be able to actually get those courses fully funded for you right now. And that's an offer that's come out through the department at the moment to help people sort of get trained up whilst they're maybe out of the workplace currently. So moving on, Danielle, please. So we mentioned higher level apprenticeships earlier, folks, and we did sort of each person there give you a wee account of that availability. But just to sort of give you an overview again, in that you must be employed, to be a higher level apprenticeship, you must be employed. And I know there are current difficulties right now at the moment, but hopefully as things go forward and issues and restraints that are on us are eased and jobs become available again, then there may be opportunities arising in all of these areas. So civil engineering, the construction engineering with surveying, and the building services with sustainable energy areas are all offered as a HLA. And should you have an employer that you are aware of that may be willing to give you a start or a job, or maybe if you're currently employed and you wish to actually sort of advance your education, etc., maybe for promotional opportunities within the company, then you may be able to join as a HLA. You don't have to be a new employee. And again, you're before days, as Vanessa alluded to, with the employer, and you will be 1 day with ourselves doing the foundation degree in whichever area you might wish to do it in. So again, any further information you need on that, we're certainly here to help, and we'll certainly give you that back again. So moving on. So what are the strengths of HE programs here at Southwest College, folks? And we've sort of covered quite a number of these as we went through, but just to reiterate, from a staff perspective, we have staff here qualified to PhD, to doctorate level, folks. It doesn't get any higher than that. The industrial experience that everybody has in their field, we have people who are qualified and experienced, and even to some extent professional qualification with accredited bodies in civil engineering, in architectural, in building surveying, also in quantity surveying. So we have the full range and full gambit of experienced staff. Very friendly and very approachable most of the time. I would say all of the time. Okay, so there are no issues in terms of the quality and the standard of the staff that would be supporting and teaching you on those programs. In terms of students, teamwork, we have male and female students on virtually all of our cohorts and classes, and we find that that works extremely well, and we've had no issues, no difficulties, and we welcome that mix because it works so well, and because we want to promote and to encourage more female young people, particularly, to come into the industry, because it's absolutely needed, and it is not a male industry, and we need that mix to come through. In terms of success and awards, we have quite a number of students every year who qualify for awards. We have had students nominated up into the Federation of Master Builders. We've had students go through and get the bronze medal from the Chartered Institute of Building, and there are numerous others. So we have quite a bit of success for our students going through. In terms of employment opportunities, from the education that you'll get here, we have students now who have come through foundation degrees, and we have now students about to come out through our degree programs, and they are already working for companies and have been both in the south of Ireland, across the world effectively, and mainland UK, and earning considerable amounts of money. And we don't like to talk too much about that because in some instances they're earning more than we are. But there are fantastic opportunities there, folks, currently within the industry. In terms of content, we certainly try as much as possible when we develop and design the curriculum with our employers on board to make it as practically, a practical approach in it there, an application as we possibly can. It has to have obviously the academic rigor, but we certainly will build in all the opportunity for you to engage with the state-of-the-art equipment, particularly in the sort of land surveying end, and also in terms of software. We are right up to date with all of the latest software required by industry. So there are no issues there whatsoever, and it's very much employment related in terms of any project work that you'll be involved in. We certainly try and make it industry relevant and as much as possible live project. So finally, I suppose, if you haven't already applied and you're interested in some of the courses, should you wish to get some more information beforehand, then please come through to us. If you're quite happy at the minute and you know what you need to know and you wish to make an application, then if you go onto the college website, you will see the screenshot as we have put it up there. And we've put a wee arrow to where the box is that you need to have a wee click on, and that will bring you in through to our application process. Now, one of the things when you do make an application, folks, is you will have to create sort of like a username and password. Please keep that close to your chest and very, very secure somewhere, because you will require that at different times going forward. And it's very difficult, you know, to get that replicated for you at some stage in the future. It's just there's a difficulty behind that, so please keep that safe. But I would encourage you to go ahead and make an application. That is not an enrolment at this stage, but it will allow us to then make contact with you in relation to any interviews or anything that are required to come onto the course. There's a couple of wee things that I would just like to make clear in terms of application. If you're just completing your A-level or BTEC or your level 3 qualifications, what you will, there are particular requirements that we need from you in terms of UCAS points. And if you go on the website for each of the individual courses, because they're subtly different, and check out what are the UCAS requirements there, and to ensure that you have achieved that. And we also then need at least a grade C. I think that's now a grade 4 on the new system for mathematics and for English to come through and to be allowed to apply and enroll on those courses. But again, please go on the website. It gives very specific details on those for each of the courses, so that you are aware of what are the requirements and whether you actually have those or not. Should you have any queries or you're unsure, again, please feel free just to send us a wee email or give us a call, and we'll certainly try and answer any questions that you have and give you the direction. If it's the actual top-up degrees that you're interested in, then in the strictest sense there, what we're looking for is you to have already successfully completed a level 5 course in a related area. So for the construction one, it has been written that should you be coming through with a foundation degree in any related, or HND, any related construction program, be that civils, you know, the construction engineering, or others, building services, etc., then you can come through onto the construction top-up. In relation to the building services one, then it probably will be relatively specific. I would have thought that you would need to come up through the building services, but Vanessa will give you maybe a wee bit more up on that should you wish to go through that route. So just to be clear in terms of the requirements to come onto the programs, but should you have any queries or questions, just please come on to us. Look, we have time, folks, to answer any queries or questions that you might have. Anything that maybe we've said has sparked a bit of a question in your head, please, as I say, send them in right now, and we're quite happy to answer them. And should you not have a question at the moment, but it comes up in the future, then please get in touch. If you go on the website, you will see our email addresses for all the course directors, and you know, just bounce them a wee email, and we'll come back to you just as quick as possible in the current circumstances to answer any questions or queries. And you know, if you don't have any questions and you wish to move on, then look, I just would like to thank you very much for joining us and taking the time. And hopefully you found it sort of informative and given you maybe some food for thought, or maybe has convinced you to make an application and come on board. And look, we would look forward to working with you over the next academic year or two. Thank you very much.